Hi everyone, I'm Michael. This is a 5-minute review for Nancy Drew, Sea of Darkness, the 32nd game in the Nancy Drew series, which is a really good game. It came after some kind of bad games. Labyrinth of Lies wasn't so good, neither was Silent Spy. Shattered Medallion was just a mess. I really wanted to like Labyrinth of Lies and Silent Spy, but they were kind of confusing last time I played them. In contrast to the three games that came before this one, it is fantastic. It makes so much sense. The story is so awesome. The characters don't talk like weirdos the entire time. I love the dialogue. I love the song, The Word I Couldn't Keep. The story feels more like an actual Nancy Drew story, like one of the classic games. Nancy needs to solve a series of puzzles to find an ancient treasure. Whoa! You know what games also have that storyline? Hey, Secret of Shadow Ranch, Treasure in the Royal Tower, Curse of Blackmore Manor, and Message in a Haunted Mansion. All four of these games, which are classic games that people really love, same story with this one. In this particular case, there's a bunch of clues to find a treasure here in Iceland, and they mostly center around this ship called the Hirlakide. It recently crashed into the harbor. The man who is supposed to be in charge of it, Magnus, is missing. He's been kidnapped by the culprit. So Nancy needs to find the treasure, and it basically ties into the kidnapping, right? She needs to find Magnus by finding the treasure and solving all sorts of old puzzles. And they're great. Most of these puzzles are really solid puzzles. I can't think of many puzzles which I go like, oh, those are terrible and they're not good. The Tora Mortar puzzle is pretty tough and hard to understand. Also, the music combs puzzle is super tough on senior detective mode, really. But the rest of the puzzles, they're all really solid. Oh yeah, the lion coin puzzle, that's one I don't like so much. But that's a very short puzzle, so it's not that bad. It's very short and easy. Other than that, lots of puzzles, and they're all really solid. The puzzles work. The story works. The characters are great. I love all the characters in this game. I love Soren. He is funny. He complains that everybody in town hates him. He kind of leans on that complaint a bit too much. But other than that, he's really funny and energetic. I love the storyline with Nancy's boyfriend, Ned. Some people really hate it. I thought it was great. Ned calls 3 times in this game. Like the first time, he's upset because she kind of forgot about their anniversary. But the third time, he has this big love confession. And it's really sweet. I like it. I thought it was funny. He has a roommate who's funny. Not to say that it's funny Ned confesses he loves his girlfriend. That was not a joke. Sorry. Other characters, Elizabeth, I feel like she is probably the worst of the characters. She's a little bland, but she does have an interesting story. And her big secret is kind of cool too. I don't want to give spoilers, but the reveal, I'm like, yeah, I like it. I don't like the build up to the reveal, which is basically Nancy's like, hey, it's the end of the game. I'm going to reveal your secret now. It's basically, okay, why didn't you do that an hour ago, Nancy, if that's what it takes to figure out her secret. Gunnar is really funny, and he's just an interesting, fun character. I like Gunnar. He's just this giant man, and Dagny's the final character. She's really mean and sarcastic, a great boss. Most of her lines are hilarious. She's the first LGBTQ character in the Nancy Drew universe, so that's pretty cool. That we kind of get text messages mentioning the fact that she had a wife. Yeah, I really do like the end of the game with Dagny, where she leaves this message with Nancy. I like how they wrapped up her story. Magnus is at the end of the game where Nancy finds where he's been kidnapped. He's being held hostage in the caves by the culprit, because the culprit thinks that Magnus knows where the treasure is, when Magnus doesn't. Magnus is missing a few of the clues which Nancy gathers over the course of her investigation. But even though Magnus is only on screen for a relatively short period of time, you get a sense of his personality and how happy he is. And it feels like he's really learned a lot about his mistakes. That's good. You can choose whether to forgive the culprit or not. That's an interesting decision to change the end of the game. Alex is a character, a phone contact, and she's a lot of fun. She's hilarious, and she does lead to like a series of puzzles in the lighthouse, and I thought all the lighthouse puzzles were really solid. We have the lights puzzle, that's fine. We've got the numbers puzzle, that's fine. I mean, we've got the triangle like Sudoku puzzle, which I think is fine too. I know some people think, oh my gosh, those puzzles are terrible, but I actually like them. Maybe there's a few too many puzzles like Sudoku in this game, but we have a couple in the hold. So one of the things Nancy does is she has to like find all these gears and put them into place, and then she also has to find all these picture things, these picture pieces, and put them into place. Oh my gosh, I went over my 5-minute time limit. So really good game. I did say I love the song in this game, right? So yeah, definitely a lot better than the games which came directly before it. Probably like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Really solid. It was good. I'm glad we got this game.